So what's this I see before me? A Galaxy S3? I thought the title said this is a review of the OnePlus. What's the S3 doing here? Well, this is my old phone. Nice little phone. It's done me proud for about 2.5 years. But time for an upgrade, I think. So, get rid of this. And in with the OnePlus that arrived this morning. This is exactly how it comes shipped. I've opened it already just to check that everything's in the bag. But it literally comes like this. You can see it's still got the shiny plastic on it. And there you go. No bubble wrap. Just 3 bits in a box. So this, we'll open this first. This is going to be the adapter, the power supply. From what I've seen, this is not exactly the greatest power supply, but I doubt I'll be using it anyway. Let's open that. Oh, this is different to the ones shown in the other reviews. This might actually find some use. So in other reviews that I've seen, they have some European style plug and then an adapter for a UK plug, but they're quite dangerous because you can slide them in to just the live pin and have the neutral pin sticking out the side with full mains voltage on it. So that's a nice improvement. In fact, that's a nice looking piece of kit, and it's got some weight to it as well, which makes me think that possibly there's some components in there that are actually sort of worth the name of components. So yeah, I'm not an Apple fan, but so I don't really know what their kit looks like, but that is quite reminiscent of what I've seen from Apple, just a single lump. There's a join around the top here. Time will tell if that lasts. Yeah, that's not bad though. I'll give them the credit. They've gone to town on that now. I'm guessing that there must be... maybe not. I would have thought there'd have been a charging cable. No, it doesn't look like there's anything in... that's odd. I would have thought there'd have been a USB cable with it, not just the brick. Well, we'll see. Put that to one side for now. I don't need that right now. I have a thing for the colour yellow, and I noticed they were doing a yellow case, so I thought for a couple of quid, or whatever, it was like 4 quid or something, I'd go for the yellow case. So I'm guessing that's what this is going to be. Ooh, look at that colour! Oh! Now that is yellow. I love that. So that gives me my first idea of how big this thing's going to be in the hand. So that's quite chunky. Oh, I expected it to be rubberised. Wow. Beautiful colour, but that is thin. Yeah, there's yeah, that's more a sort of dust and dirt cover than dropped your phone cover. But yeah, that's okay. So I think the phone's going to be a reasonable size. Let's see if there's... No, don't think there's anything else in there. Just see. So the boxes, they are proper meaty boxes. So we've spent some money there. Yeah, okay. I'm not sure that was really worth 6 quid, you know, but hell, you're not going to lose your phone in a darkened room, are you? Right, now on to the main attraction, the phone itself. So, yeah, no expense spared with the cardboard box there, but let's get into this thing. So I was a little bit surprised not to find any bubble wrap in with the package, but these things are pretty sturdy. Now I think, yes, there is a tab hiding. Well, that's quite nice. All in all, this is nice. This is one of the nicest unboxings. Ah. So that is going to be your. Oh right, it's a little SIM adapter. So it will take a mini and let you fit a micro SIM. Only for nano SIM. Yeah, alright, so a nano SIM from your iPhone. That's pretty good. Well, the S3 comes with a mini SIM, so I'm alright. Nothing in there. Right. Very nice. Very nice finish. All in all, I'm very impressed so far. So let's see what the phone itself looks like. Oh, luxury. That is luxury. And okay, it opens the other way just to make you look like a fool. Oh, look at that. Oh. Oops, I don't think that's supposed to happen. There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh. Wow, that texture, that's like material. Or, yeah, I suppose it looks like a very fine sandstone, but it feels, it's almost velvety. I mean, that is going to pick up the dirt, something awful though. I washed my hands specifically to touch this because because I thought it might be like this, but yeah, that is going to pick up the dirt, something awful. But it does feel nice. I'll grant them that. They've got a little metal edge, which is very pleasant. Gives you a slight, just bit of tactile feedback to tell you where the edge is. That feels nice. It's, the camera, first impression there on the camera, that's good. Because one of the things I don't like about the S3 is the camera sticks up. Well, I mean, it looks like a mil or two, but it's actually, if you look at the side, it's probably only about half a mil. But that means when it's lying flat down, it rests across here and across this edge. And I've always worried about scratching the glass on the lens. I mean, surprisingly, it isn't scratched. So I don't know what I'm guessing it's probably Gorilla Glass or something in there. So it's pretty tough. But on my previous phone, the HTC Desire, the lens got really badly scratched to the point where there was no point in taking any photos. So what I was looking for was something where the camera is, well, I would rather flush or even recessed, but yeah, that wasn't to be the case. Because the lenses just mean that the camera is quite deep. But this one, yeah, I mean, I would say, yeah, feeling that you can just catch your nail on there. So the glass on the surface of the camera is slightly recessed, so that's going to avoid scratches. But it's also pretty much recessed anyway. And once I stick the case on, that will be probably the whole camera will be recessed. Nice. Only, yeah, that's a slight issue. Oh no, there is a hole. I didn't think there was a hole, but there's. So you've got a microphone there, a microphone there, and a microphone there, and your dual speakers. So yeah, very good. Oh, look at that. Lovely. Slab fronted. Yeah, no physical button, unlike the S3, which, yeah, I don't know. I think I'd prefer it without a physical. I can just about see here there's a home and a menu and a back button. I can just about see them. I suppose they'll probably light up in use. Flush speaker. So it actually is quite a bit like the S3. So nice flush speaker. There's a camera there. I forget what it is. I think it's 5 megapixel on the opposite side, but yeah, I don't really use it. I'm guessing this looks like there's a couple of lights here. Yeah. So should we fire it up and see if it goes? I think the battery's flat. Oh no. There we go. Very nice. Right. Before I do that though, let's have a quick look at these. We've got this jobby, which I believe is for inserting the SIM card. And this, which is the USB. Now this is a funky USB, and the idea is, so that's a standard USB slot, but this is not a standard USB plug, but you just slip it in. That's quite tight, yeah. God only knows why they've done that. I mean, seriously, get a grip. Just give us a standard USB plug. If you want to make a different connector, use a different connector, but blimey. I suppose they don't need the ground from the outside of the casing, but yeah, whatever. I probably won't use it anyway. I've got a separate charger, and I believe this is 2 amps. Let's see. Yes, 2100 milliamps. So you can charge it off fast charger for something like a tablet. Anyway, I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to stick the SIM card in. And then we'll be back. Okay, so I'm a cretin, so if I can fit the SIM card, then anybody can. So I've got my SIM here. Now, as you can see, I'm on 3 network in the UK, which means I won't get any 4G because for some unknown reason OnePlus decided not to support band 20, which is the one that's used throughout the UK. So I don't know, that's an interesting decision, but yes, it means no 4G for me, probably. They do some 4G on bands that are supported in this, but it's from what I've read, it's a bit few and far between. Certainly only in cities. You're not going to get any 4G out in the countryside. So you have to buggeration. I've turned it on. So now we've got to wait for it to boot up. Okay, so step 1: don't accidentally press the power button. Right, so you take your tool that will no doubt go missing and you slide it in that hole, and the SIM tray pops up. And what you have is this flimsy little plastic tray, and it says there face to battery cover, so it's got to be face down. Yeah, I mean that it's not the most convincing tray I've ever felt. There we go, that's in. And that is so accurately machined, you practically can't see it. I mean, that looks like a microphone hole, but this, I mean, it's so well hidden. But there you go, that's all you need. And if a cretin like me can do it, then yeah, you should have no trouble. So let's fire this baby up again. I'll just put the SIM tool away before I lose it, because that is going to go missing. And I don't know, yeah, you use a pin or something. Ah, there you go. So if you noticed before, it was talking about English United States, but from my sim it's picked English United Kingdom, because that's where I am. And it's found my Wi-Fi. Right, so you can see I've fitted the case. The initial startup questionnaire thing, I had to stop it because I had to put in my Wi-Fi password and stuff. Yeah, it could maybe do with a bit of polish. Halfway through it wanted to do an update and it didn't really seem to give you any option but to do the update, so I did that. Then it came back and I don't know if it's remembered my Google account and it wants you to set up a cyanogen account as well, which, yeah, fair enough, that was it wasn't too bad, but it seemed to jump about a bit, and let's say it was just a tiny bit confusing, but yeah, it worked. Anyway, so once you've set everything up, here you go, and it's at the moment it's trying to install the various apps I have, because once you link it with your Google account, of course, it will install all the other apps that you've got set up for your phone, which is quite a nice feature of Google accounts, that. But there you go. The screen. Let's have a little look at the screen. Wow, that's nice. Let's get that. Can't turn the S3 on at the minute. It's all in bits. Organise your space. Touch and hold background to manage wallpaper, widgets and settings. Okie doke. Yeah, so I'm guessing they're mostly paid for. You've got a choice of using either the buttons, the dedicated buttons across the bottom, or you can use on-screen buttons. I'm going to use those because why waste real estate? They're using a very flat theme here, which looks alright, I suppose. It's not too bad. Anyway, let's have a look at those notifications, because I've got a ton of stuff that doesn't seem to have worked. Okay, so it's a bunch of Google apps and stuff that need permissions to install. Whisper push registration failed. Brilliant. Right, so I'm going to set this up off camera because it looks like there needs to be some interventions done here, and then I'll get back and I'll maybe do a bit more of a review later when I know the phone a bit better. Well, one thing I should say while I'm looking at this is this is a nice white background, and some people complained that there was slight yellowing at the bottom here. Now, it certainly wasn't on all phones, so you know, I can't say for everybody, but on this one, even looking as being as picky as I possibly could be, there's no sign of yellowing. There is a big fingerprint on it already, but no, I can't see any yellowing there. So I'd say they've probably fixed that problem. The other possible showstopper on this phone, of course, was the call volume, but I haven't got anybody to call right now, so I'll have to come back to you on that one. So one of the things I really like about this phone, and possibly one of the reasons why I even bought it, is this feature. Notice the light's off. Just draw a V, the light comes on. Now you just, and it seems pretty reliable. I mean, people have said that there are problems, but oh no, it's not happening. Right, you have to be really okay. Yeah. Pause just for a fraction of a second at the end, and it works every time. Yeah, nice. Yeah, there you go. So not sure I like that. I might turn that one off, because that's I can see that going off by accident in my pocket. Ah, that's quite pleasant. As you can see, I've not started the camera yet. Just going to take a few test photos, see what the camera's like. I'll get them up on the computer screen though, so I can really pick over them. Anyway, so we're not talking about the S3, we're talking about this. Now, one of the things that I use on the phone all the time is tuning radio. So I really want to see if this can get out some decent tunes. So let's see. I don't really like the little flat square icons. So we're back, and best radio station possibly in the world, The Rock, from Auckland, New Zealand.
Weeknights with Hillary and Mike. Like the water,
Wow.
then you'll love the Wet n Wild sale on this weekend at Torpedo 7,
That
formerly
is
R&R
seriously loud.
Sport. There's 10 to 50% off everything to do with water sports. Bodyboards from only $39, rash shirts from just $19, kayaks from a ridiculous $399.
Well, the quality of that
plus
sound
deals on
is
wakeboards,
absolutely
wetsuits,
brilliant.
wetsuits, surfboards, and heaps more.
That's
Wet n
nearly
Wild
as good as
sale
the
with
Bluetooth
10 to
speakers I
50%
use.
off everything
But
water sports.
the
This
volume,
weekend, only at Torpedo 7. 3 stores in Auckland and online at torpedo7.co.nz.
there's certainly no problem with the volume
Small to
there.
medium business is the lifeblood of the New Zealand economy, creating jobs and wealth. Business
Yeah.
Rentals is a not-for-profit
That's really good. The volume of those speakers and the clarity is spot on. You could probably do with a little bit more bass, but you know, they're tiny speakers, so you're not going to get a lot of bass anyway. I'm very impressed, very impressed by that. And a little bit of radio too. Oh, it's Jeremy Vine. Oh, great. But anyway, a little bit of... There we go. Wow, if anything, that's even louder. So I do find actually the Rock tends to be a little bit on the quiet side. I don't know why. Yeah, very impressed. Very impressed. I actually think I might not be using my Bluetooth speakers much now, which is a shame because the wife bought me for them for Christmas. So here's something I didn't know the phone had, and this is good. This is really nice. So you have a calculator. Yeah, that looks a lot like the stock Google calculator. I know the wife has a Nexus, so I know what that looks like. But look at this. Yeah, some fairly standard functions. Wow. Matrix solving. I don't know. There's presumably some programmability for that. But on this side, we've got hex and binary formats, which could be quite useful for programming. And over here, graphing function as well. So that's actually a passable scientific calculator. Not bad. Not bad at all. I'd quite like it if they could, you know, there was a scientific mode so you could cram a bit more on the one page so you're not swiping backwards and forwards. Maybe there is. Yeah. Doesn't look like you can cram everything on. That's a shame. It would be nice if you could just have the numeric keypad here and then a few of the more advanced functions across there. But yeah, all things considered, that's pretty good. I mean, it's not exactly overrun with the functions, but there's enough to keep you going, and they're nice big buttons, I suppose. So you know you're not going to screw up pressing them. But there you go. That's a nice little feature. So I was being a cretin. I found the widgets on the S3. Of course, they're just a separate tab under whatever that's called. On this one, you press and hold there, and you've got widgets. Right, and there you go, a multitude of widgets. So there, yeah. Maybe I'm getting old. I need some instructions. So I've just had a play with it. I've moved in now. Played with it for about an hour or so. I've got changed the background, put a few apps on. Yeah. So my conclusion after an hour, just easy. Just buy one. Just buy two, buy three. They're brilliant. I mean, I was really worried that it wouldn't be as much of an upgrade on the S3 as I had hoped it would be, but yeah, it's better than I imagined it would be. It really is. It's really nice to have just what is basically stock Android with a different skin. I mean, I haven't really explored the customizability of Cyanogen yet, but I think I'm going to quite like it. The phone is brilliant in the hand. If anything, it's lighter than... Yeah, it's probably about the same weight, maybe a little bit lighter than the S3. Without the case on, I think it would probably be lighter. But it fits the hand really nicely. The curve on the back is spot on for holding it. And this it's almost like it was designed for these cases, because this case now gives just a tiny fraction of a millimetre higher than the screen, so I don't think you'll scratch it if you put the screen down, face down on, say, a table. Anything rougher than that you would. But, you know, it's sufficiently thin that, yeah, it doesn't bulk out. That was the problem I had with the S3, was that if I put a case on it, I found it a little bit too bulky, but this is fine. The power and volume buttons are in just the right place for, you know, for me. I don't have much of a span on the hand, so I've got stubby little thumbs, so but I can easily reach the third row. The fourth row, yeah, not quite so easily, but you know, that was the same with the S3, so I've gained some real estate and I've not lost anything there. The screen itself, it's absolutely gorgeous. Let's see, where's... Because I use Newsstand quite a lot. I read it while I'm putting the kids to bed. And, yeah, I mean, just the quality of the text, just astonishing. You know, that is really readable. And I don't know, it's a different font to the S3 uses, but... yeah, but it's slightly bolder. Maybe because the number of dots per inch is obviously greater on this phone, so maybe it uses that to increase the weight of the font slightly. But yeah, I mean, amazingly readable. I can't wait. I don't. Where's Moonreader Plus? Well worth getting this application. But as you can see, I've not started it yet. What is it? Oh, there we go. Yeah. Really nice. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Gonna definitely be doing some reading there. So, yeah. Absolutely. For 300 quid. This is the 64 gig version. Which, when you include shipping and the case, yeah, it comes to about 300 quid. 300 quid? Absolutely worth it. I mean, when you consider that the Nexus 6, which, yeah, is a comparable phone to this, I'd say, is going to be 600 plus. You know, the M8, is it? HTC M8, yeah, it's sort of, you're talking 550, I guess. The Note 4 is 600 plus. Yeah, and then there's this at 300, and if you know, go and have a look at the specs, and you'll find that I'd say the Note 4 is probably the one to go for at the minute, and the specs for this compared to the Note 4, there's not a lot in it. There's a couple of things this doesn't have, and you know, granted, there are a couple of things I quite like. I mean, one of the things I would like on this would be wireless charging, you know, but. Really, is it a deal breaker? No, not at all. One slight concern: I haven't made a phone call yet, but I've noticed the reception seems quite poor. On my S3, that would be 4 bars, solid all the time, and I'm pretty sure I live right next to a mast because I can see it out the window. But for some reason, I'm only getting 1 bar now. I wonder if that's a combination of data and voice or if it's just voice, but we'll have to wait till later to find out there. But you know, in my experience, those signal strength meters are pretty much not worth the space on the screen. Yeah, so yeah, go get one.